Hi, I'm Jacques Berliner-Blau, and this is The God Vote. Joining us today is Mr. Rajdeep Singh, Director of Law and Policy for the Sikh Coalition. Mr. Singh, welcome to The God Vote.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Mr. Singh, President Obama just recently completed his trip to India, and this was a trip that disappointed many in the Sikh American community. Can you explain to us why so many were disappointed?
Our expectation was that President Obama would pay a visit to the Golden Temple in Amritsar, which is the most revered shrine of the Sikhs. Apparently the trip was on his itinerary, but at the 11th hour it was taken off because of concerns that President Obama would be perceived as a Muslim. Because visitors to Sikh temples, Sikh places of worship, are required to cover their heads.
Can you explain to us that aspect of Sikh practice? Why is that? That's done in deference to the divine, to the community?
It's done in many cultures and in many communities around the world. It's a sign of respect, and it's a sign of sort of modesty.
In fact, we've seen President Obama in American synagogues wearing a kippah or a
In fact, during his campaign, he paid a visit to the Western Wall in Israel and wore a yarmulke.
Now, many in the American media speculate that he didn't visit the Golden Temple because he didn't want to give his critics a golden photo op. Could you please elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, there is, unfortunately, in this country, quite a lot of Islamophobia. And President Obama has been subjected to a lot of this. Our perception is that members of his staff and his administration were concerned that they would be feeding into those stereotypes if he had paid a visit to the Golden Temple.
Absolutely. Why do you think that confusion exists in the American popular consciousness between Sikhs and Muslims?
There are a couple of reasons. In the first place, Sikhs don't proselytize. We don't do a very good job advertising our religion. Secondly, people around the world, including in this country, are very visual people, and the prevailing stereotype is that if somebody wears a turban or has a beard, the assumption is often that that person is of Middle Eastern extraction.
Well, the whole Golden Temple controversy will filter out of the news cycle in a couple of days, as these things often do, but substantive issues will remain vis-a-vis the Sikh American community in the United States. First Amendment issues, issues of civil rights. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was a missed opportunity. It was an opportunity, in other words, to create awareness about some of the challenges that Sikhs face in the United States and worldwide with respect to civil rights and human rights. In France, for example, Sikhs aren't permitted to wear turbans in the public schools because of France's secularism
Conspicuous
laws.
Insignia, yes.
Conspicuous religious garb
right.
are prohibited sort of categorically. In this country, few people know this, but federal law, federal workplace discrimination law, has been misinterpreted, distorted in fact, in ways that empower employers to segregate visibly religious employees from customers or the general public. Similarly, Sikh children at public schools in this country are bullied quite badly, and oftentimes there isn't any sort of redress for them. Sikhs are subjected to religious and ethnic profiling at airports. Sikhs are subjected to secondary or enhanced screening, and there hasn't been a good explanation proffered by the TSA in this regard. And so our hope was that if President Obama had visited the Golden Temple and given global sort of attention to Sikh issues, it would have given us an opportunity, an entry point for creating awareness about some of the challenges that we face.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singh.
Thanks for having me.